Ladies and gentlemen, what is up, and welcome back to Map 6 Fights Part 2, The Redemption, because we played pretty badly in the last half of the first video, and we do play very badly in the first fight. Actually, we don't play like super badly, we just get a little bit unlucky in this fight. So, first up, we've got a fight against a pretty stacked version of Juggernaut. A lot of the opponents on this path have, like, close to double their usual health. And against Juggernaut, we messed up a little bit there. We were a little bit too keen and attacked it on the second parry, because usually that's fine. However, this path does have two things. It has, what is it, Limber? I think that's the name of the node. So whenever you stun, the next one is 10% less in duration. And it also has Caltrops, and that is whenever you dash back, you take a 6-second bleed. However, since we're using Ghost Rider, you're going to see a lot of immune stuff come up, because Ghost Rider is a bleed immune champion. So whenever we dash back, he's just immune to that. So with my day one setup of Ghost Rider, Rogue, and Scarlet Witch, he was my only really decent option for this path. And you're going to see some redemption here, ladies and gentlemen. Managed to get off a very, very sneaky heavy attack there, just getting in a solid amount of Ghost Rider's regen. Nice level 2 there for an additional bit of damage, and also to chain on the heal. So we ain't doing too bad. This is like the first match as soon as I woke up on kind of the day after dying a lot. So it's a little bit of a warm-up match. Out of all the matches, this one is probably by far the worst. So, you know, if you're like, Seatin, you suck now, just wait, guys, because we have Rhino coming up, we have Colossus, we have Daredevil, we have a 4 as well. I think Rhino is like by far one of the most tricky opponents to deal with in this path. So yeah, you got that excitement to look forward to, especially with a Ghost Rider. Now, that Juggernaut wasn't too bad. It was an alright kill. We lost quite a bit of health there. I believe the next opponent coming up, just checking the map now, is 4. So I knew that 4 was going to be the opportunity to regenerate health and kind of get my character back on track before Rhino. Because Rhino is a massive pain in the ass when you only have, like, what is it, like 8 or 9 parries before it's going to recover so quickly that it's really, really difficult to get a hit in. Even when you do have, like, those 10 parries and reduce it to 0, it's still possible to get a hit, but it's really, really tricky. You need to, like, pre-predict the parry and just go in crazy, and sometimes that can backfire on you a little bit there. And especially with Ghost Rider as well, to heal, we need to parry and then also use our heavy attack in order to get that off and get the regeneration. So we got a really nice regen there with 2 judgments already active. Gives us a good, like, I think it's like 17-18 seconds of regen time. Like, plenty to get Ghost Rider pretty topped off there. But I knew kind of going up against Rhino, I needed to be on full health because of that unblockable charge, because of the class disadvantage, because he's quite stacked, because we only have a certain amount of parries. Like, really, really tricky fight. And I think for Rhino, definitely, like, next time, I think I'm going to bring Ultron. Like, if we do map 6 again, I think Ultron's maybe a little bit of a I mean, you could go balls to the walls and bring Luke Cage, but I don't think I'm going to be taking him up to rank 5 anytime soon, anyway. So that's the second opponent down. 4 is pretty easy to fight, guys, and you see that 0 hits received. I don't want to say that I'm, like, just above a mediocre level of play, but I'm just above a mediocre level of play. So up next, we got Rhino. This dude has more health, like a double health node, 45% armor, Caltrops, Limber. This dude is stacked, man. Really, really tough. Like, throughout kind of all the planning, this is the one fight that I wasn't looking forward to the most, just because I knew it was going to be such a pain in the ass. You can see our damage is just, like, so gimped in comparison to other fights. So I'm trying to play as aggressively as possible as well. I'm also a little bit concerned about the timer, because I know, like, getting a Rhino, especially when you get into low health, like, he takes practically no damage if he's awakened. So I just wanted to play as aggressively as I possibly could. We're trying to bait a special 1 here just so we can get as many opportunities as we possibly can to go in and get kind of a 5 combo on him. So fighting him very similarly to how I'd fight like Red Hulk in Labyrinth of Legends. But we got a parry in there. I didn't mean to parry there, so we just went with it anyway. Just attacking into him there. Bait the special too. That's the good thing about Rhinos. His specials, they're pretty easy to deal with. They ain't too bad. Luckily, he did an unblockable charge drop break there, which was pretty decent. At this point, I'm a little bit too scared to get off the heavy attack, so we just go for a special free. You know, we can get some solid damage there. We can power lock him. I'm not too sure why I wanted to power lock him, but I thought, you know what, let's reset the judgments. That's allows us to get the Fury and Bleed back again, and that's going to give us substantially more damage. So we may have taken a few more blocked hits due to using that level 3, but it allowed us to, you know, get the Fury and Bleed back. Because as you can see, we're about like halfway through the Enrage timer at the moment, and as Rhino goes lower and lower, his physical resistance just keeps on going up and up and up. So it's a little bit of an issue there. Trying desperately to get off a light combo during that Fury, but unfortunately we didn't get it. I think going forward, there's a slightly different way I need to play Ghost Rider in Alliance Quest, where I maybe do like a medium, light, medium combo. So don't do a full 5 combo until we get to the special one. And then maybe get off like the medium Fury buff and then the bleed. I think that's going to be better overall. But again, you know, this is my first time ever doing map 6, so it's a bit of a learning experience. But we got Rhino down. I think we played relatively decently there. It wasn't like the best, but hey, we got it down. 0 hits received. So up next, after Rhino, we have a pretty stacked Daredevil with increased attack and health, increased energy resistance. Doesn't really affect our Ghost Rider though. Still got the Caltrops node and still has Limber, so the reduced stun duration. So moving on to that node now, Daredevil, not really too much of a problem with Ghost Rider, so I wanted to use this opportunity to try and heal up as much as possible with Ghost Rider. So as you can see from his node, he's got plus 100% attack and health. So not only does this guy have the health bonus that Rhino did as well, but he also has the attack bonus. So if you get hit by Daredevil, you are pretty screwed. He's going to deal a lot of damage there, so you got to be very, very careful. Not too sure why we didn't get off a full 5 combo there. I'm not too sure if that was me trying to be good at the game. I doubt it. I think that was on the first one, actually. Just trying to put myself back in that moment there. Didn't get the bleed off for the Fury. Unfortunately, we weren't lucky enough to proc that. So I go straight in with a regen. Not really too sure why I decided to go for the regen there, but, you know, we wanted a little bit of health, top up the old Ghost Rider. I think it was plenty, to be honest, actually, looking back at this video now. But, you know, doesn't give us regen for the rest of the fight there. Just trying to bait a special one. Gone to another special one, and then I think we're getting time for a special 3 to reset those judgments and get the damage back again. So, pretty nice special 3 animation there. A decent amount of judgments on him, so that's going to deal, you know, well, it's not going to deal too much damage. The level 3 is still very, very lackluster in terms of its damage output. I don't get why, though. It needs to be awesome if it's a little bit stronger, but I guess it does power lock, Fate Seal, and, what's the other thing it does? I don't know, it power locks and Fate Seals, though. I'm pretty sure it does one more thing, and then it resets judgments at the end. But I swear there is something else. Oh, it doesn't matter too much. But yeah, off to a pretty nice start there. At this point, I've pretty much used all of like my safe parries to use a heavy attack, so we could have used a heavy and healed up the last bit. But I decided, you know, it was a little bit too risky. We managed to regain quite a bit of health in that fight, and it went well for the most part. It went reasonably well. It wasn't too bad. So now we go on to the final boss of this path, which is a really, really stacked Colossus with additional armor up. So kind of looking at this Colossus's nodes, he has, again, his armor up abilities are 40% more effective. He has a plus 200% attack and health boost, has Caltrops, and also the reduced stun duration. So a lot of stuff going on this Colossus. Turns out he's just over 17k PI. Not a very great matchup for Ghost. The only thing that's kind of negative on this matchup with Ghost Rider is that you can't bleed him. So what I was trying to do first is I was trying to get the light combo off to try and get that judgment, but we've already failed it twice. We managed to get it on the third one though, so that isn't too bad. Now going for the medium finish to get the Fury boost, and it ain't going too bad. It's going pretty well so far. Chain on the special 3, so that's going to guarantee that all of his armor up debuffs are going to be removed, and also he's not going to be able to reapply them. And I think that's kind of my strategy for this fight, is I'm just trying to get like as much damage output as I possibly can on the Ghost Rider. But this Colossus, very, very aggressive, very, very stacked. Chain on kind of that expiring with a special 1, which gives me kind of a few rounds of combo without any armor up stack, so that's pretty decent. But just trying to get to that special 3 again as quickly as possible to remove all those stacks, because again, 2 of those at the moment is pretty savage. It's pretty savage. So far in this fight, we actually haven't used that many stuns. I've been trying to bait as many special attacks and, you know, occasionally taking some blocked hits here and there. So we haven't used too many of our stuns yet, and that's what I'm trying to save up for, is a bit of a lower health threshold. I'm trying to parry and then get off the heavy attack. So we try once, get off the heavy attack. Didn't proc regen there. We lost the 65% chance. And again, 2 times in a row. And at this point, I'm like, the recovery time is just too fast. We haven't been lucky. We're a little bit screwed. I felt a little bit screwed at this point. I was like, damn, we've taken a full hit of combo. Haven't managed to regen from it. So a little bit savage. You just see the stun time recovery now. It's just so insanely quick. But managed to get off a pretty decent level 1 there, which is locked him down from proccing up armor up buffs. So yeah, one of the things I love about Ghost Rider, he's just such a cool utility champion. Even though I just wish he didn't have this like slight chance of stuff not to work, because it does make the character very frustrating to play it sometimes. But sometimes you got to deal with it. You got to play around there. Again, training on another special free there to completely deny his armor up buffs. 43 seconds left on the clock. This is definitely a bit of a tough matchup for a rank 4 Ghost Rider. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we didn't do too bad. It's a little bit scrub at certain points, but hopefully you enjoyed this Map 6 gameplay. If you did, feel free to leave a like on the video. That'd be greatly appreciated. Apart from that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This is the final fight. Take care, and have an absolutely fantastic day.